Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Who wants to go first?
Okay.
We were halfway through our week-long trip to the Rockin' Dude Ranch, and I think the family was enjoying every minute. But unfortunately, we were seeing less and less of Matt.
All right, who else is brave? All right, Dad.
Where'd Dad go?
I don't know where Dad went.
What?
My name is Matt Roloff, and this is my wife, Amy.
We're little people. 3 of our kids are average height, and only 1 is little.
Our oldest boys are twins, but they're definitely not identical.
Because Zach is little like us, and Jeremy isn't.
The one thing I wish everybody would understand about little people is,
We can pretty much do what everyone else does, but just in a different way.
and this is our story.
Zach, pitchfork some hay.
Coolest part about Rockin' Ranch, I thought, was it wasn't similar to our farm. It's a totally different style. It's a ranch. Like, we're a farm. You know, we grow pumpkins and occasionally raise an animal.
Come over here, Zach. Oh. You want to try, Amy?
Oh, I'll try. What do you do?
Just squeeze your pit now.
I am.
Yeah. Try the other one. Just squeeze it.
Oh, there we go. Well, our day started off great, but still there was no Matt. And for a while now, he started checking out of vacations early. But I was kind of hoping that this wouldn't be one of those times. You guys gonna try this? Jer?
This keeps getting caught in my face. Oh, hey, there we go.
Oh, you got it! Come on, Molly. Oh, good job! I got it! Where's your dad then?
You can't stop working.
After all the fun that we've been having as a family, I definitely think the kids were starting to notice Matt's absence. I realize that some of the trips that we have taken may have not been 100% conducive for Matt to enjoy it, but you are with your family and your kids. I have fun just watching my kids having fun. I'm at least there. I'm not even sure if I can pull it back as far. Oh, man. Who got the yellow?
I did.
All right.
What the bunch of cowboys doing shooting bows and arrows?
What happens to Matt, sometimes his enthusiasm or his interest in the trip wanes and dwindles, but it's a little late in the game to kind of like put on the brakes and take a 180-degree turn and change everything.
Can I try one, Zach? Can I shoot it right from the mule?
It's a left-handed bow.
It's never been conventional. I was determined to give it my best and to do as much as I could, you know, but the older I get, the more it's like, you know, I just as soon sit on the sidelines and watch. I'd really been hitting it pretty hard my first few days at the Rockin' R, and my old bones were starting to really hurt, and I was pretty much ready to go home. Too high.
Too high.
Okay, this is the one. This is gonna throw my arm out.
Oh! There you go!
Bullseye!
Bullseye. Good job.
Oh.
Well, even realizing some of the limitations that Matt would have on the Dude Ranch trip, I was glad that Matt at least came on the trip with us, made a real good effort, and I think he even surprised himself. But I think after a few days that we were there, he was still ready to go home sooner than we were ready to leave. Your dad just wants to go for a little ride. We'll be back. I agreed to go see the sunset with Matt, but I was getting a little frustrated because he had been spending so little time with the family. Do you know where you're going? Do you have the map?
I got the map, and I think I know where I'm going.
Because, I don't want to get lost.
Oh, that's the worst thing that could happen, get lost with your husband?
Could be.
It's good to know. I want to go like up that road there. Is that a road?
No, but you'll make it one. I don't know. That looks pretty steep, Matt.
Not in this thing.
Okay, this is a little much.
I want to see everything. My little people nature. Get up high. We smell some of that sage.
Yeah, man. It smells so good.
Oh, yeah. Is that, you cook with that stuff?
Yeah, I think you can.
Look at that gorgeous valley.
Yeah.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah, it is nice.
Gorgeous. Let's go change to a new location.
Where?
Just another hill over here.
Settle down. Whoa, you know, we don't need to ruin this. Jeez.
It's a bit of work to that.
No, it's not.
It's gonna be a heck of a view.
Okay, this is gonna roll over, dude.
No, it's not.
Matthew.
A lot of rocks in this road.
It's like life.
Oh, that's a metaphor for life?
Yeah, there
A lot of rocks in the road. Yeah, hopefully we don't get hit in the head with one of them.
Matthew.
Oh my goodness, Mom, this is it right here. Can you imagine being in the Old West and coming across this little plateau? You know what I would say? Hey, I want to build a city right here.
Make me want it. Yeah, I know. See, you'd ruin the view.
Really?
All you need is a little house, little house with a horse.
I see an open plat of land or an open piece of our farm, and I think, oh, what can I build there? What would be fun? What can I turn that into? Where Amy just says, hey, it's a beautiful little patch of ground. Leave it the way it is. It's natural. I think Amy would like to dial down my ambition, but it doesn't work that way. I think she does by, you know, beating up on me and trying to stifle me a little bit, but that's her way of just sort of slowing me down. She'll never say yes, but she'll just say, whatever. Where's your little hand? You gonna hold my hand before the sun goes down?
Matt and I have been married for almost 22 years, and a lot more of our differences are coming out. You know, we may complement each other, but we definitely have our different viewpoints on life.
We got a good life, Mom. Marriage is a constant work in progress. You're constantly changing and growing and stretching each other, and you have to work at marriage. You can't just sit back and let it go. And figuring that out is, I think, the process Amy and I are going through, is to say, hey, we need to just push everything out of our life and focus on ourselves. Some wives would say, oh, don't go, turn around, go back, you know. I'm glad you've been able to keep up. I'm not keeping up as well anymore, huh?
No, you're not keeping up with me, man.
No, my body's
Because you know what?
My
I
body.
maintained a steady course. Yes, I did.
You steady course. You're like, where is she today, man? She wants to go rule the world and conquer something and change everything, and now she wants to move and go to Europe, and she wants to go here and there. I mean, you're the one that's, I'm the steady course. I'm like, climb the mountain, get to where you want to be, and then just start buying the rocking chair.
You should just quit while you're ahead, okay? I think we have our moments of being happy, but with what has been said and what has been done, I would not necessarily call us happy. I think the biggest thing that Matt and I have lost is a friendship. We both love each other. Now, whether we have anything beyond that, you know, remains to be seen.
Well, the sun just, boom, gone. See ya.
Yeah.
All right, let's head down the hill before it gets any darker.
Yeah.
All right, I'll try to find a shortcut.
Okay, what are you doing?
Hang on.
These are like hills here.
Yeah, I know.
With this rock, so what are you doing?
Mom, just give me a chance. It's not gonna roll. I know my rigs.
Matthew.
Come on, guys, let's take some anger out the legal way.
What are we doing?
12-gauge shotgun. We're gonna do some ski shooting.
We hadn't seen Matt yet, and it was the morning of the 5th day of our trip. He did tell us he was leaving early, but I was still hoping he'd make the most of the time he had left.
One goes in till it clicks, and then cock and load the first shell into the chamber. Always making sure that your safety is on.
Honestly, I wonder if we're even gonna hit one. This is harder than it seems.
Oh, I know it is.
And when you're ready, you just say pull.
Pull. Pull. Want to say pull? What if he just gets it?
Pull. Who got it?
Jacob blows one out of the air. I think it kind of threw everyone back. Everyone was like, whoa, Jacob.
Way to go, buddy.
Everyone makes fun of me when I play video games all the time, but playing video games might help me skeet shooting.
Pull. Whoa, who shot it?
Here.
I had motivation. Thanks, Jacob. Pull.
Jay got it.
Jacob and I even had a little battle going back and forth because he did like supreme at it. We were neck and neck going up and like got into like a little contest.
You got it? Wow.
Well,
on, you should try.
All right, here. Is it loaded?
It's not.
It's loaded.
You're gonna hurt me?
No, it won't hurt you.
Okay, shoot.
Pull.
Oh, pull.
You want me to shoot? You have to give me the gun. Oh, that was Amy!
Did I do it?
Shot.
Oh, I got it!
My mom hit one and was just like absolutely flabbergasted. Like she was just blown away, walking silly.
I'm just so dumbfounded.
Mom, you were holding it like this?
Yes,
How much kick did it have?
I didn't think it had much at all. Not like you before.
Last time I shot a shotgun, it was a 20 gauge, and it blew the bejesus out of me. Now I'm shooting a 12 gauge. That's about 4 feet tall and massive.
This is scary. I've never shot in a gun before.
I was nervous because way back in the camping trip a long time ago, when I shot a little 20 gauge, like I got slammed to the ground. It wasn't like, oh, stumble and then fall. It was like a like I shot faster than the bullet the opposite direction.
Push this.
Wherever it's really comfortable.
Pull.
What do you say?
Pull.
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 That was you, Zach.
All right, Jack!
I was just so happy that I could shoot the gun without it blowing me to the ground. I could shoot that gun all day. I didn't care if I hit any pigeons.
Pull.
Okay, Zach, you gonna ride the sheep? Do some mutton busting?
Zachary, I'd have to say no on that
Hey,
one.
just on the sheep?
You want to do it?
You're gonna sit on the back of it and lay forward and grab right here.
You mean like buck?
No, he just runs. Okay. Just lay forward and hold on his neck. Yeah, squeeze your legs a little bit. Whoa! He's bulldog! Okay, ready, Jack?
Oh, that's a mean one.
Here comes a crushed lung. Always wanted one.
Okay, you remember how you held on to the bucking barrel?
Yeah.
Go, Jer! Go ahead and let yourself down. Sit on the back of the cow.
Well, on the 5th day of our trip, I missed out on the morning activities, and, you know, at that point, I started to feel like I was kind of holding the family back.
Squeeze your legs, squeeze your legs! Oh, didn't even fall down!
Amy and the kids would still have a great time without me, and, you know, I had a lot of work waiting for me back home, so I decided to gracefully bow out and head back to the farm.
Oh, that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
That's the West for you.
Come and get it. I'm sorry I gotta go, guys.
I knew you would, babe.
I should have stayed longer, but horses and me are best friends.
When we sat down to eat, Matt did apologize for having to leave early. Even though he'd always planned on taking off before us, it was still a real bummer for everybody.
Well, I'm sorry, guys, that I'm leaving early. I feel kind of bad at this point.
Sure.
Next time I'll plan to stay a little bit more with the family since I had such a good time on this one.
We know how to handle the situation
And the what situation?
and leave it.
We're used to it.
I think a family on it, they were bummed, you know, they always want their dad to hang around, but I think they understand. Dad can't be on every vacation for the full length every time. He's got to keep the businesses going. He's got commitments back home. So I thought it was fair that I took off 2 days early so I could get back and get some business done. Hey, Mom. See you later. I'll see you in a couple of days. I'll get home, take care of the farm.
My dad left early from the vacation or whatever because, I don't know, some crap about he misses the farm and whatever. The farm's gonna be there when you get back. It's not going anywhere. My dad just doesn't make sense to me.
This the rig?
Yep, I know.
Pretty much every vacation he leaves early, you know? What's kind of the only disappointing thing is the fact that it's routine. It's scheduled. MR is gonna leave 2 days early.
Have a good time. It's real good. Okay? Jay, keep going. Do the cowboy thing.
That's just disappointing. It's not a family vacation and my dad doesn't finish it. It's just my mom and the kids' vacation.
Okay, keep up the good work. Hey, I'm gonna miss you, Mom.
It's unfortunate that things always seem to come up that Matt has to leave early, and this is not a top priority for him. That's always disappointing to me. We'll see you later. I felt bad that he felt he needed to go, but, you know, I didn't want the kids to feel guilty that we're still here having fun. reading and just not saying a whole lot, huh? We're just gonna go to Bryce Canyon and do a little hiking, exploring, and, you know, stuff like that. Does that sound good? We had 2 whole days left on our Dude Ranch trip. Once again, Matt had to leave early. It happens often enough that I'm like, okay, we'll continue to have a great time without him. I wonder why it's called Bryce Canyon.
Probably has to do with who found it or who made it a national park.
I think so too. What's Jacob doing? Oh, you're sleeping? Kind of worn out already, dear?
Park elevations reach over 9,000 feet. Which trail are we going on?
We are going to go to Sunrise Point, I believe.
We're gonna go on this whole trail?
Yeah, we're gonna go on this one. It says 2 to 3 hours, but
Yeah.
if we don't dilly-dally, I mean, we could do it in 2. Okay, you ready? Matt, you know, he is a very dynamic, very out there kind of person. And, you know, usually things revolve around him. So as much as I love having him there, you know, sometimes it is less stress, less hecticness. Wow. Wow, look at this.
That is really cool. All this used to just be a giant mountain, and all just kind of eroded away.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, let me get you in there. It's obvious that this is Mom's first picture and this is your guys' 40th. Ready?
Don't be climbing anywhere, okay, Jake? I don't need you to fall. Hang on, Zach. Zach?
What?
Wait for us.
I'm just pushing us along.
Whoa.
Yeah, don't look up and then look down. You almost lose your balance or something, Jer.
It's just the way I like it.
I mean, this is hairy. Look at all that. I mean, that whole thing, too.
Oh, I mean, this is like the legit.
Oh, hey, Mom, look how cool that is.
Oh, yeah. Stand right there, Jer.
Let's go, aim.
Well, your mom realizes how darn out of shape she is.
Hey, I'll race someone to the top. You want to race?
No, you're not.
All right, we're going.
Okay, guys.
Oh, so you cheated.
I'm not cheating.
Yeah, that's against the rules.
No, it's not. You
Jake?
never said that.
Yeah, you just full on cheated.
Jake, let's not climb up the wall. The kids are at an age where we can do these types of things in the sense of it doesn't have to be fancy hotels all the time or, you know, fireworks happening or all this boom, boom, boom type of stuff. And so, I'm just glad that I could share this with the kids. And it was definitely something worthwhile to see with them.
What's the Great Basin?
That's our king.
Look at the Colorado River. I didn't realize it was this
Excuse me.
long.
It's also a bummer not having the whole family here again, because my dad, he loves like natural land formations like this, and it's kind of a bummer he couldn't be here to see it with us.
My dad would enjoy just hanging out on the top, just scooting around his little scooter. It kind of sucks because all of our family pictures only have 5 people in them. How's this a basin?
This is all flat here. This is Nevada, honey.
Is it below
This
sea
is
level?
Colorado, right?
Is this below sea level?
Oh, yeah.
We're
Is this below
here.
sea level?
Yeah, this is Utah.
Below sea level?
One thing that I've done, over the years is probably let Matt go more often than just saying, no, you need to stay and be a part of this. And then, parts of me feel somewhat, well, maybe I should have asked him. Maybe that what he was waiting for was for me to ask him. And those are the things you ponder and toy with and agonize over, and it's hard.
Today was a good day.
Why do you think today was a good day?
Felt like a good day.
Yeah. In the end, it's not like I completely 100% had the best time of my life when Matt left. But, I will never trade in those moments that I could at least finish out this trip. with the kids. I think Matt and I have hit definitely one of the lowest points, you know, in our marriage. Relationships take work, and, you know, it takes two. You know, there's two of us in this, and in our own ways, you know, we both let it slip away. I think the biggest question will be, do Matt and I want to see if we can move forward? It's a big crossroad, I think, in our life right now. After 22 years, that's a lot just to, you know, let go.